on, YouTube? It's your boy Quan and my wife,
Jasmine.
and we're here to bring you a video on how we found true love, how we found each other. We're gonna start off by telling you when we met. How long we knew each other, man?
Since like 4th grade.
That's correct. You're not about to get on you if you was wrong.
Oh, okay.
That's right. It was definitely 4th grade when we first met. She had a little crush on me and stuff.
No.
Definitely. You definitely had a crush on me.
You had a crush on me.
No. 4th grade?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that.
Continue with your story.
Anyway, like I said, it was 4th grade. We used to write each other notes here and there, but we never really got into a relationship. And then in 5th grade, we acknowledged that we lived right beside each other. Like,
The relationship was grown. Elementary.
yeah, true. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, we found out that we lived right beside each other, and she didn't even have no idea that we stayed beside each other. I literally asked my mom to get in their pool one time, me and my older sister, and we was all in the pool together chilling. And then we fell off a little while. We stopped like writing notes and stuff, and we got in middle school, and we used to sit beside each other on a bus and flirt with each other and stuff. But
You
that
used
was
to
it.
flirt with me.
Yeah, I used to flirt with her. I ain't gonna lie on that. But and then what happened? What you do?
What I did?
You moved.
Yeah, moved to Charlotte. And then I moved to Charlotte, didn't come back to after high school. Fast forward. What happened after that, babe?
Came back after high school, and that really brings us to our second part of our life, where both of
We reconnected.
we reconnected.
What'd you do without me?
Both of our children was in the same class. So it was the first day of school, and I brought my daughter and she brought her son, and I seen her.
Both in kindergarten.
They both was in kindergarten, correct. And I seen her, who was in the office. So I asked her, I was like, hey, do you got a Facebook?
I was like, we already friends on Facebook.
Right. And I was like, I don't think so. Because I don't remember seeing you or anything. But she acknowledged that we was friends, so, she was into me, what I mean.
I only got like 300 friends on Facebook. It's not hard.
Anyway, she knew we was friends. So she told me, so after she did that, I ain't gonna lie, I did go search for her when we left that school.
Like,
And I texted her. I definitely texted her and
on Messenger.
on Messenger. And then she texted me back like 2 weeks later. She texted me back like 2 weeks later, and I don't really remember what was said. It was just like, how you been, that type of stuff. So I kept texting her.
Read the messages.
Yeah, we should have read the messages, but I can kind of remember on like some of the stuff that was said.
Okay.
But anyway.
We still have the messages, but it's like.
Right. Anyway, so I was texting her a few months later. Acknowledge this now. School started in August when I texted her. And I didn't get her number until when?
September, October, November, December, January, February, March. March of the next year. 7 months.
7 months until she sent me her number. That's crazy. And now look at this.
Look at this.
But anyway, like I said, when she did send me that number, I remember it. Like, I was in my car that night. And as soon as she sent that number, I called in like 10 minutes.
No, it was like 5 minutes. It was like 5 minutes. Then 5 minutes of you sending you my number. It was like, hey, yo, Jasmine, this Quan. I mean, wait.
Yeah, that's right. Yo, Jasmine, this Quan. That's right. That's what I said. I remember that part. And then we was talking. I remember like I drove all the way like probably 15 miles from my house just to talk to her on the phone. We talked for at least 30 minutes to an hour. I can't remember the exact time. And that's, we were just talking, catching up, getting to know each other and stuff. And then as the time progressed, what happened?
You fell in love with me. How could you not?
Anyway, I ain't fall in love with her. We set up a date. That's what happened. We set up a date. So I think, matter of fact, the date was exactly 2 weeks later. But in the meantime, before that date, we was meeting up a little bit, I believe, because I remember I bought you a ring.
Yeah, we met up. You bought me a ring.
The first time we seen each other, I bought her a ring. And she was
like, you know, I'm real into jewelry, and if we talking, and you gonna have jewelry too. So it ain't gonna be nothing fake.
Right, I definitely, yeah, of course.
Gold ring, it was so cute.
So I bought her the gold ring, and then a week later, that's when we went on that date, which was 2 weeks later from the first time we talked. I remember it. So I remember we went to Greenville, North Carolina. They had a restaurant there called Cheddar's, and we went there, and it was like an hour, 45 minutes, and I was like, that's definitely too long. So we both decided that we was just going to leave there and go to the movie theaters, and we went to go see, what was it?
Us. Want to see Us.
You sure?
Yeah, it was Us.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, matter of fact, definitely, yeah, we went to go see Us.
Good movie.
It definitely was good.
It's kind of old. Everybody probably seen it by now.
Right. But yeah, we went to go see Us, and after that we was bored, so we went to Walmart to go pick up a few items. And while we was at Walmart, we decided like, hey, let's get some board games and go back and just play the game. So that's what we did. But before we went back, we was already an hour away from where she stayed, so we drove an hour back, and that's when we got something to eat. We went to Waffle House. Yeah, we went to Waffle House and got a tray and took it back to her house and ate, watched TV, and played board games. So that basically wraps up the first date that we went on. And ever since then, we just been connected and like rocking out. And we had a few times where we was off a little bit, but we just couldn't stay away from each other. Like we just kept coming back to each other. Like
no, you kept coming back to me.
Right, I kept. No, you right though. I kept coming back to you, and I just realized that I was like, I'm in love with this woman. So that's definitely how that happened. And then we did a whole lot together. Like we did so much together. And then I really
in such little time.
Yeah, such little time, like you said. So that's when I really felt it in my heart to ask her family. Like, I think it's right if I propose to her. Like, I feel like we both ready for it. So I talked to her family, and they was down with it. They was like, she gonna be happy. They was telling me things like they never seen her act the way she act, like towards a guy, the way she did about me. So they was definitely making me feel great. And like me and her sister, we talked a lot about it. So one day we got up and me and her sister came up with the idea to get a hotel room in the same city that we went on our first date in, which was an hour away. So we got the room, decorated it, and that's when I proposed to her.
It was so cute.
I'm gonna put a video clip at the end of this video to show you how we decorated the room. Like it was definitely something she won't never forget. Like she wouldn't never forget that. And we did that. She said yes, of course. Show the ring there.
They can't see it.
They'll see it in the clip though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said yes, and here we are now. Like we just, we got a house together. Like, you know what I'm saying? We've been blessed. Like we truly been blessed. Like for real. Like
super duper.
There's nobody I'd rather be with in the world than her. Like,
there's nobody in the world that I'd rather be with than you either.
I know that.
Give me a kiss. You dressed in the way.
You crazy. Anyway, but anything you want to add to the whole?
You.
I love you too.
Thank you so much.
To the whole process of how we found love.
I don't think so, babe.
Well,
but we definitely did have our ups and downs.
We
like
definitely did.
Everybody else, like we're not trying to make it seem like it was just a walk in the park.
Right.
There definitely has been some ups and downs.
Right.
But we here, and it was all worth it, 100%.
Right. So with
and
that,
he's my husband, and I love him so much.
And I love you too. And with that being said, that really wraps up on how we found true love. I know it's different from everybody else finding true love, but we just thought it was would be a great video to share our story.
I'm sorry. I want to back up. Something I do want to add, how we sat back and we thought about how far we've come from then to now, from when we were kids to now.
Right.
But I didn't know this, but he said there were times where, you say you ran into like my family and stuff, and
right. Definitely,
you know, you didn't even know it was my family at the time, and then it all led up to
right.
us meeting at that schoolhouse. Like
right.
it's weird. It's really weird.
I seen her grandpa one time, and I had asked about her because I did know he was your grandpa, and then he was like, he's a real cool character. He was like, well. She's been doing fine. You know she's single, right? Like he was just throwing like little shots like that around. Like
Grandpa's like, give me away, dang, Papa.
It definitely was cool. Like we like the way we met was like crazy, unbelievable story. So we thought we'd share that with y'all, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. We definitely don't want you to subscribe to the channel, Life with the Gunchers. We're gonna be bringing you exclusive videos and content about everything. And anything else you want to add?
Nope. Nothing.
Well, that wraps up the video, you guys. Subscribe once again and see you real soon. Peace.
Like.